So it's a viral TikTok where the girl asked the question. She's like, guys, who do you vent to when you're going through something? And all the people were like, absolutely fucking nobody.
Yeah, and you shouldn't vent to nobody.
See, that's a problem. Because everybody was like, nobody fucking cares. I'm a man. Nobody cares.
Yeah, so you would do. Suck that shit up. You be okay.
See, women's feelings are the only ones that matter, y'all. That's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Love it. Love it.
Is that too loud, guys?
Yes.
What?
It's too loud.
The music? I don't
hear anything.
Oh.
Wow. No. So. This massage feels amazing. Feels amazing. Yeah, I got a shit ton of messages.
Oh shit! Hold up. My bad, y'all. God damn it! How I turn that shit down?
Lord have mercy. We got to
listen. I'm new to this. Okay, you call me out, Debo.
You took your stuff. Look.
I gotta do like that. It's pretty safe to play.
This nigga tried to. You tried it. Somebody tried. So I got an Instagram page where it's strictly about Mercedes, and I got a merch line with it, right? And this dude tried to. He sent me the link to log into Shopify, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, he phrased it as, they stole your stuff, look. And he sent me the link, and the link is supposed to automatically log me in. Stop playing with me, boy. This shit not happening. You're not about to get me. So you can steal my password. You tripping, bro. That's funny though. That was a good one. You almost had me. Oh, you almost had it. You can be quicker than that.
You gotta be quicker than that.
Oh man. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, our star shit is actually doing really well. We would appreciate it if you're watching this live after we filmed it. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, thank God. I've been waiting on that burp to come up for a minute. Bro, you look just like Jackie.
Who is Jack? Oh, Jackie, your mama, huh?
Oh, gotta be talking about Kai. Gotta be talking about.
Yeah, not you. I knew who that was. Jackie, your mama, Kai?
Yeah. Oh, Miss Sobers, yeah, Miss Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's my mom.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would appreciate it if you guys are watching this, to send some stars, show your support. You know what I'm saying? One penny goes a long way. You know, sending stars definitely helps us out, helps us with engagement on this platform, and keeps us in the search. Damn, I'm massaging it. It goes for 20 minutes.
What the hell?
My massaging it. I'm sad.
I need you to cut it out. You just having too much fun over there. I need you to.
I need to dial it back. My bad. But anyway, no. So, the stars help us out with keeping us in the what's it called? Facebook Watch front page. Keeps us up near the top. So the more engagement that you guys show with us on our live platform, the higher we rank on Facebook Watch. So it would help us out a great deal if you would engage with us and send us some stars. If you feel we're talking about some good shit, which 10 times out of 10 we are. I stopped saying that 9 times out of 10 because I'm like, no, fuck that. That's short. That's shortness. We always talk about good shit. Okay, always. Hey, and we got a really, really, really great episode coming up on the 20. Well, all of our episodes are great. But on the 29th, I think it is April 29th, we have a really, the Friday, April 29th, mark your calendars. We're having a politician on the podcast. We will have a politician who is running for a Senate seat on the podcast. Yes, we're going to have a governor running for senator on the fucking podcast.
Oh, we're doing big things.
Yeah, I know, right?
We fancy.
Moving on up. No, but this guy, I know we talked a lot about, we don't talk about politics very, very often on here, but we do talk about politics on here. And this individual, excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with me. It might have been that. Oh, I forgot to grab something. I'm gonna get it in a second. Anyway, we're gonna have a politician on the podcast on April 29th. It's gonna be incredible. You guys, make sure you mark your calendars. Make sure you show up for that conversation. That conversation is going to be revolutionary, I believe. I think it's going to give a lot of insight, and we'll definitely start some conversation on how we should be voting as people of color. Okay, because and this was the conversation that was had when Biden was running for office, where we were talking about how, in the 80s, crack was crazy, right? And how we asked the Democrats to do something about it. This is if you haven't seen this video, I need you to go look for it. We're talking about how in the 80s crack was crazy, so we as Black people asked Democrats to do something about it, right? And the Democrats, what they did was lock up all the people that sold drugs and left the crackheads to raise the community. Yeah. And then the nigga that wrote the bill was Joe Biden. And the crazy thing is, as much as we hate Donald Trump, he was the nigga that gave voting rights back to the people that were in prison from Joe Biden's bill. And who did they vote for? The nigga that put him in jail. Great job, Black people.
Well, can you blame them? Because
it's misinformation, man. That's all it is.
You can't blame them for like all the misinformation and all the propaganda that the news put toward each candidate, to kind of sway decisions.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people are independent thinkers.
Yeah.
They think they are, but.
So this individual that I'm not going to mention his name yet, because I want to build the suspense around it. But this individual has been recently in the news, in the media, at least on the politician side, because of how he voted on the 2020 election. So, excuse me, golly.
Damn it, Rob. What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm telling y'all, you know what? I'm about to show y'all why I'm burping like this. Hold on. Keep the conversation going.
Get your system in check.
Hold on. I'm about to show y'all why I'm burping like this. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
So
your boy is watching. What's up, Frost?
Oh shit! What up, Frost? Frost.
My pops is watching too.
Oh, Frost! You know what, man? We gotta get Frost one of these days.
Y'all want to see why I'm burping so damn much?
We really don't. We just want you to stop fucking burping.
Well, the reason I'm burping is because of our sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Raise Energy. This podcast is brought to you in part by Raise Energy. Get you some Raise Energy. This one is the Galaxy Burst. They got a bunch of new flavors. They drop new flavors every month. But this one right here, I'm not gonna lie. So I had another one earlier, but I really like the Galaxy Burst. I really like this one. This tastes extremely good.
My mama watching too, so.
Well, mama, I would recommend you guys try some Raise Energy. 0 sugar, 0 calories. It's hydrating electrolytes. So what people would do is like before, I go for, a run, or maybe I'm, about to do an intense workout or whatever. Drink these. Now, I will say,
if they make you burp like that,
you a little bit gas, but it give you a spark in your ass too. You know what I'm saying? See, I made that rhyme. No, but seriously though, this is actually really, really good. I've had I've had 2 of these today just because they're so good. And honestly, with not really getting, I get sleep, but I got a newborn, and she's starting to tease, man, already. Good God Almighty.
Hey, you rethinking that Benadryl, huh? Sorry, get a little bit of Benadryl. Hey yo, there's your time, guys. Okay.
I've been really like.
I got a lot of laughs on that
one. If I could change one thing, what would it be? No.
Don't give her a little bit of that whiskey.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, though,
as long as you give her a little bit, she ain't gonna get dependent on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just put it around the gums.
Yeah.
Do like I did, put it on a Q-tip, and my son bit down on a Q-tip. I was like, oh, it's in the genes. It's in the
genes. Hey, y'all ready to get started? I know Chef's gonna show up when he can. Yeah. But y'all ready to get started? We ain't got to hit record and nothing like that because we.
Let's go.
All right.
Kick it off.
That's how we stay. It is another fantastic episode of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast.
Brought to you by Raise
Energy Drink.
This here flavor is the Galaxy Burst. You feel it,
So yeah, drop some stars in the comments for us. Shout out to our sponsor, Raise. All right, go ahead and kick this thing off, Rob.
I just gotta say before we start, this shit is bomb. Yo,
you gotta make me go get some tomorrow.
I'm telling you though. Listen, I'm telling you, and don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we're working on the discount code. I'm in communications, but I went ahead and got me some. So, that's the boost that I need to get this shit started. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to an all new episode of the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. We are just a panel of brown people having good conversations over here. I'm your host, Big Rob. Who else we got in the building?
Yo, bam, 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 bam. It's me.
Really?
It's me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD. You know who we are. We're getting to drop bars. And make sure y'all dropping stars.
Factual information.
And it's your girl Sunshine, up past her bedtime, doing what these young folks do all day and all night, trying to keep up. But I don't know how it's gonna work.
That's how we do.
Hey, listen, we are back at it again with another very, very intense episode. This one's gonna be intense. All right, because we have a topic that we put in the group. Who put in the group chat yesterday? Was it you, Sunshine? Who was it? It was Chef.
About what? My mama say you look like you don't like that drink.
No, for real. No, real talk though. Like this Galaxy Burst, I think this is my favorite. I haven't tried. They gave me 6 different flavors. I haven't tried all of them. I've only tried 2. I tried the strawberry. I think it's strawberry something.
I'm gonna try them tomorrow. We gonna see tomorrow when I try. If I try them and I give the seal of approval, then you know they good.
This shit good.
But
anyway,
the topic. No, Chef actually put the topic in the chat. You want me to read it all?
Go ahead, read it all.
All right. It says nothing sexier than a man who expresses their feelings and vents, opens up instead of acting hard and acting like it's bad to love a female.
Ooh, that's a lot to unpack there.
I'm gonna let y'all go first since y'all some men.
I saw this comment. I saw this video earlier today, and it was like,
"Oh, we doing product placement now." Hey, we got sponsors, Brandon. Then we gotta show love to our sponsors.
You know what? And in the future, we're definitely gonna clean up the way the podcast goes, so we can gain even more sponsors.
Facts.
But that's going to be at a later time. You know, gotta clean up our language a little bit, but here or there. But we'll do that. Anyway,
every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, you're gonna see me bring this shit slowly in the frame.
Anyway, so I saw this video of a guy, like, it's a TikTok of this guy just expressing his feelings, and he's like, why? Oh no. So what it was what's the dude that won the Grammy last night? Damn it.
Which one? There was a bunch of dudes.
I can't.
I'm just saying.
I can't even think of it right now, but so he put a tweet saying that, man, gay dudes heterosexual men need to stop playing around because they're looking more gayer than the actual gay dudes out there. They're out gaying gay men.
Oh shit! I
was like,
I know that sparked some shit.
Yeah. I was like, what do you mean by that? And so, and you know, the way I took it, I was
shit.
Maybe men's fashion now is being a little bit more flamboyant. You know, guys are actually taking pride in their
Derek Jackson.
It wasn't Derek Jackson. It wasn't Derek Jackson. Oh, we've talked about Derek Jackson before.
Yeah.
But see, my thing is this. Like I say, it's okay to express your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Is it though?
It is. It is. It's okay for men to express their feelings, but don't express your feelings to the point where me as a woman, I'm like, well, damn. Who the man right now? Like, am I the man right now? Like, let me know what place I am.
But I feel like
I don't need you to be crying every 5 damn seconds. Like,
but I feel like a lot of women see that right there. That right there. But there's a lot of women that are like, you know, it's almost as if y'all don't think we're human. You know, like we're supposed to, like we're not supposed to feel.
Y'all are.
But see, and that's, we've talked about this before, toxic masculinity, because as children, you know, little boys, we're taught, hey, never let anyone see you cry. Never let anyone see you get emotional and all that other shit.
Till this day, I have never seen my father cry. Even at a funeral, I've never seen him cry. He may have cried. My mama says she's seen him cry. She said like he was crying. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even notice. But till this day, I have not seen my father cry.
Now, with that, what does that make you think about him?
Oh, I respect the shit out of him. Like, listen, that's my dude. But my thing is this. Just because I've never seen him cry don't mean that I think that he's any less than a man or that he don't have any feelings. It just makes me look at other niggas and be like, why you crying, nigga?
Exactly. So exactly the point. So that's that, like what people label as toxic masculinity, you know, because you grew up with a father that you never seen him cry before. And so when you see a man do it, you're like kind of taken back. You're like, man, my daddy never cried.
Like, no, I'm looking at
him. Bitch.
Punk ass don't stop crying. Like, you better figure this shit out. Like, if you crying and I'm crying, then who the fuck figuring out problems?
Okay. So again, there are moments where it's okay for a man to cry. There are moments, and again, there are moments.
That's facts. Stefan hit the nail on the head, but it is okay for women to cry every 5 minutes. That shit is annoying. Facts.
My mama said it's okay for a man to cry. Stop being hard.
But see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Me though, I'm just saying, like,
so
I don't know how else to be.
Here's the thing, right? Because you have two sides of it. There's one side where it's like, you know, how can, if, like you said, if we're both crying, who figures shit out, right? Then there's the other side that is like, well, if he can't vent to you and he can't, you know, express himself to you, how is he supposed to go out into the real world and take on all that shit? If he's not able to release his demons with you, who can he release his demons to?
He can release them. I just don't need him to cry while he letting them go.
Yeah, okay. Let's get out the.
I just don't need him to cry because I feel like this. So, like, my thing is this: I'm a crybaby. My mama is a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? I get that shit honestly. But if I'm crying and you crying, then I immediately go into I need to fix this shit mode. Like, I feel like I can't cry no more because I gotta be strong for you. So I need you to be strong for me so that way I can cry. You can go cry in silent and then we'll be done with it. We'll figure it out. I got to cry in silence. Yeah, what you crying for?
What you crying for? We both grown. Shit.
So no. and that's when it comes to relationships, I'm right there with you, Rob. Like, if you can't come to someone that that can hold you down at those moments, and it's like for the most time, men just carry the weight of the world on their shoulder 100% of the time. But it's that one.
But y'all don't though, because we do too. We carry that weight too.
No, but see, the thing is, you can cry though.
You can cry.
Yeah, we can cry. That's the thing. We can cry. We carry that weight, but it's okay for us to cry because we carry that weight too.
Here's the thing, though.
And I'm not talking about a weight like weight of the world. I'm talking about emotional weight.
Yeah.
My thing is this.
Emotional weight. When you cry, you let off that steam.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to be strong, you need to allow me to cry. You understand?
It's the same for me.
Listen. It's always that double standard. It's always that whole, you know what I'm saying? You're a woman. You can't do what I do. Well, if I can't do what you do, then you can't do what I do. So stop fucking crying.
Okay.
Like, figure that shit out without crying.
Hold on. So here's the thing, right? So men and women carry the weight of the world, right?
We do.
Men and women carry the weight of the world. Here's the difference, though. As a woman, you are authorized to get all that shit off your chest. You're authorized to do it. Crying or not, you're authorized to do it. And you're encouraged to do it, right? Whereas a man, we don't say shit because we can't. If we do, we're like, you a bitch, you soft, you weak.
You can't even go to your homeboys.
You can't, facts.
You'd be like,
when a nigga break up with a girl, right? And the girl go to her homegirls, they be like, oh my God, I can't believe he did this to you. Girl, let's go get some ice cream and cry and watch The Notebook. Whereas a nigga get his heart smashed, right? I call him, hey man, y'all, she just left me. Nigga, let's get out to the club, man. Fuck you talking about? You free. You know what I'm saying? There's a different connotation there. It's never as a man, it's never like, hey, yo, just come talk to me, bro. Come to this. Like, if I do that for my friends, if ever there's an issue that's just weighing on them, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be the dude like, man, shut the fuck up. You being soft, you being a bitch. I might say that shit later, but during, like, when the shit, you know what I'm saying, when it first happened, I'm gonna be the type to be like, hey, let it out, bro. Because I know I need to let my shit out. That's the great thing I love about my wife. I can let shit out with her. I don't even be crying. I just be.
I was about to say you be.
No. It's certain shit that's just like for a very long time. Like, I will bottle shit up so fucking long, and then like there be times where I'll explode on my wife on some small shit.
But it's different from just unloading like that and crying about that shit. That's a difference. You act crying into that shit, and it's like, okay, what the fuck is you really crying for? Like, why? What is you so hurt about?
Boy, you stuck on.
I think okay. So maybe we're.
I'm okay with the unloading your issues on me. Like, I can listen. I can help you through that shit. But at the point when you start crying, ain't nothing sadder than a fucking man crying. Like, when you start crying, I need to fucking cry too. I can't do it.
Nita said, men are human. This is why so many of these young men turn out to be so messed up in the head. Why is it not important for a man to express himself? All that pinned up energy shaking my head. maybe if y'all let them cry and express themselves, they probably won't end up being emotionally abusive to their significant other, their children, or whoever. Very good point.
Great point.
No.
But the thing is okay, crying and whining are two different things. So let's not get the
let's not confuse the
crying, whining, and venting is three different things. Because you sit up here telling me how you feel, that's one thing. You venting to me, telling me your emotions, whatever, I can deal with that. Like I said, when you start crying, then I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like,
all right,
this is like on a totally different level of emotion, because like I say, ain't nothing worse than seeing a man cry. Because when you see a man cry, it's like, oh shit, I want to cry too.
Okay, so now when women express their emotions, it always 95% of the time,
98, I'll say
98% of the time comes with tears.
Yep.
We are naturally emotional creatures, though. We are.
Why aren't we?
We are naturally emotional because men are providers, men are protectors. Y'all are not supposed to cry like that.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of fucking pressure.
And I agree with you. Men are not supposed to cry like that every time.
Y'all are not. Like, if it's certain shit that women are not supposed to do, it's certain shit that men are not supposed to do. Y'all are not supposed to cry.
All right. And then, so we need to keep that same energy when we're talking about other people, such as Will Smith. This man is going under so much pressure.
And okay, we're not even gonna go there because we already know that the shit that he did was because Jada looked at him like, nigga, August gonna get all this pussy tonight if you don't go up there and slap the shit out of him. I'm just saying. Like, we already know what the hell happened with that Will and Jada.
Well, the thing is now he's suffering the consequences of his actions. And so
he's suffering the consequences of his woman's actions.
The thing is, she didn't tell him to go up there. He went up there.
Oh, she didn't have to. She gave him that mama look like, nigga.
Brandon said, if a man comes to you and cries, he is being vulnerable too, and he reached a breaking point.
That's true. So let me clarify this. So my thing is this: a man crying and venting to me is one thing. But a man constantly crying every time he comes to me and vents to me, that's something totally different. Now you got some shit you really need to figure out, because if you're crying every time you're telling me some shit that's going on with you, you got some shit inside of you that you need to figure out. Like I say, I'm not opposed to counseling. Like, you got some shit that I can't help you with.
So I'll tell you the honest truth. He's probably raised by a woman. That's the guy's honest truth. Because as a woman raising a man,
gonna say about this, but go ahead, keep going.
No, but I say that because you have these overly sensitive men who think of themselves as men, right? But then go out into the real world and you see an alpha male, and you're like, I feel small.
Yo, and I've seen that shit happen in real life.
In the
movie, like dudes straight up like shrink. You know, they thought they were like big and tough, but when they run into
a big and tough nigga,
and you know what? They don't even have to be big and tough. It's just that they present, big
confidence,
energy, and you're like, holy shit, this dude is a badass. Mm-hmm. And their whole demeanor changes.
That's the feminine side coming out, undercover brother.
See what she was gonna say about that.
So I'm not saying that men raised by women cannot be men. I'm saying that the vast majority of them are overly sensitized. Right? So like Brandon said earlier, men raising men, we're taught from babies. You're not supposed to be crying. Yep. You're not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be tough. You got to be able to take that shit and shake it off.
A maximum of 2 tears are allowed to come down your cheek.
Right, that's it. And then if a third one, you better suck that motherfucker up. But like the thing is, right? So, and a lot of women, and it's not y'all's fault. It's just who y'all are. Y'all are nurturing, right? A lot of women raise men to be tough. But the problem is kids emulate what they see. If all they see is a woman in their life, not to say that there aren't tough women, they're absolutely 1,000% off.
Yeah, because I don't cry in front of my son. I'm hard.
You know
and
what?
I don't allow him to cry.
So, and that's another.
You cut that out.
Another epidemic that needs to be addressed also, because single mothers do not cry in front of their children if they can help it, whether it be if they're raising sons or raising daughters. They don't.
Well, it's a reason for that, because like I cry in front of my son and my son immediately goes into
protection mode, right?
That and the fact that he feels my emotions. So like one time I did cry in front of him and he was like, "What's wrong, mommy?" I was like, "I'm just a little bit sad right now." And he started crying too, and he started hugging me, and I was like, "What are you crying for?" He's like, "Because I'm sad because you're sad." So I don't cry in front of him because I don't want to project my emotions onto him. It's not fair to him if he's having a great day and he's happy, and then here I am, fucking Debbie Downer, sad Susie, and now he's sad too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair to him as a kid who he's always been a happy kid, and now he feels bad about being happy because his mommy is sad. So I don't allow him to see me cry unless I necessarily have to. If he sees me cry, it's like some last minute, oh shit, I'm crying. Like, and what are you crying for? I'm not crying, you crying.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, right? So you said you've never seen your father cry, right?
I have not seen my father cry, no.
The difference is, as a boy, he will see his father get upset, but we'll see how he deals with it.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm having a bad day, like I'll almost shut down. Like I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be to myself, right? But when my son comes around, I let him see me that way, and then I let him see me recover, right? He has to see the recovery because he'll learn, okay, this is how I deal with shit. Having a bad day, I can be to myself. I can, gather myself. And then these are the steps that I need to take to get better, right? Rarely do you see a boy see his mother go through some shit and not have that reaction of, I need to protect her, I need to defend, or I need to do something, right? Because it's in our nature. It's not taught, it's in our nature, right? So, but we don't get the reaction of how I'm supposed to deal with my emotions. Only thing that I see as a boy is I need to protect my mother. That's it. I don't see how I'm supposed to deal with it. I just see I need to protect her. That's it.
Yeah.
So he's not learning how to deal with his emotions from a woman. Seeing men do it. Now, granted, there are boys who get it later on in life that would be like, oh, that's how I deal with my shit. Because you see other men in the real world, how they deal with shit.
Yep.
It's impossible to get it from a woman.
You do what you emulate, or you emulate what you see.
Mm-hmm. But what were you going to say, PhD?
So I was going to say, like, the emotional topic, like as far as being sad, seeing that growing up, you don't see it as often, but when you do, you're kind of taken back. Mm-hmm. The one thing that we do see is anger. We have to control that anger and do the exact same thing that we do when it comes to being emotionally vulnerable and not project that anger. Like, we will be quick to blow up as parents, because when you get to that point where you're like, you know what, you need to go down, sit down. I'm having a bad day.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reaction.
And that's what you want to say, but you don't say it. But when it comes to your kids, you have to keep that anger in check as well.
Brandon said, from experience in my own life, I was raised not to cry. Now, in my own past relationships, I couldn't sympathize with the female I was dating when she cried to me over bad or stressful days she had. I'd never worked out, needless to say. It never worked out. I'm pretty sure what you meant. It never worked out. I would tell her crying about it will not fix the problem. She got pissed. Facts. That's normally what happens.
I would get mad too. If you tell, like, if I come to my man and I'm crying and he tells me, well, crying about it ain't gonna fix it, instead of talking me down off that ledge, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Like,
that's what we're told.
That's what we're taught.
That's what we're told. And you know, we're like, okay,
so I'm not so emotional to where I'm crying, but telling me like stop crying, suck that shit up. Like, what the fuck you crying?
And this is why two-parent households are fucking necessary.
Fundamental. They
are. I believe that they are.
What happens is, right? So Brandon, you just brought up a situation in your family where you would say, hey, or in your relationship, you would say, hey, suck that shit up. That shit ain't gonna fix nothing, right? That's what a lot of men do today. The problem with that is, long ago, when it was mom and dad in the house, you could see the interaction and be like, all right, mommy's crying. What does daddy do? Daddy comes over, consoles, or does whatever. And you say, and you see that and you emulate it in your personal life later on. If you don't have that interaction, now you're like, well, shit. All I know is suck that shit up. So that's what I'm gonna say.
Right. You don't know anything else.
You don't know anything else. So it like for me, I lived with my dad majority of my life, right? And I did have a stepmother who, thank God, she was there, because if not, boy, I don't know what the fuck I'd be. But
beat that ass.
But I saw certain things between my dad and my stepmom that I was like, either I was like, yeah, I want to do that, or nah, I'm not gonna do that. Right. But I could differentiate because I saw the interactions. Right. So now later on with my wife, I'm like, I get to experience it myself and be like, all right, this situation, what will my dad do? Or what will my stepmom do? How should I respond to this? I can implement that into my own relationship. Two-parent household is fucking mandatory. Whether it's between biological mom and dad, adopted parents, it needs to be two people in the household. It needs to be.
And now, you know what? We can go a step further. And Sharnita builds up a nice point. She says we need to stop sheltering these kids so much. Everything's not always peaches and creams in life. Let them see if you're sad and teach them how to deal with it and move on with their day. I wonder if these kids / adults that do these shootings and robberies are allowed to cry at home. So with the two-parent household, and again, like some of those situations are unavoidable. You can't have it. You can't have it that one way. But it takes a community, it takes a village.
Yes, it does. I agree.
So and building your kid up in a positive environment is probably more important than, I would say, or is equally as important as having a two-parent household. If you raise them in a positive environment, then they will have a lot more ways to
look at
express their emotions, to come and talk.
Send some stars if you agree.
Yeah. So it definitely does. So
and what, to your point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there is, because there's a lot of, households that isn't a possibility to have two parents in the household. Understood, right? There are other avenues out there, right? Kids are fucking sponges. They get shit from everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. Whether it's TikTok, a TV show, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they get shit from everything that they see is taking it, even subliminally. They may not even realize that they're taking it in, and they're taking it in, right? So what you have to do as a parent, this goes out to all the parents out there. What you have to do as a parent is make sure, regardless of how you feel about people or, whatever, you need to bring them around other people. They need to be around other people. I'm not talking about in the school, homeschool, and all that other shit. You can homeschool your kids and still bring them around other people. But you have to bring them around other people because it's vital to their survival when they get older. it is vital. If they are not around people that are in the real world, they like the greatest thing that I could say about my dad. My dad had a restaurant when I was younger, right? And I was basically raised in that fucking restaurant. Thousands of people came in and out of that place. I've had conversations with all walks of life, from older men and women that have been married for 80 years to people who've been married 16 times to like I've literally been raised by any and everybody that I've come around, right? I've gotten information from everyone that came around there, right? And I learned shit from other people. The greatest thing that my dad did for me was bring me around a shit ton of people, because it taught me to adapt in every situation. So the situations where I can be in the hood and be all right. I can be in the suburbs and be all right. I can be in fucking Walmart and talk to anybody. I can be
around old folks and
and have a full
like
conversation
right now.
Yeah, I can do that, right? Well, I ain't saying y'all old, but but no, I can say so like it's funny because my wife always says I can literally talk to anybody. My mom says this great thing. She has this quote for me. She says, I can throw you in the desert with nobody around, leave you there for 2 days to come back, you have a gang of friends, right? Because I'm that sociable, right? And it's not because when I was a kid, I was a fucking turtle. Yeah. Y'all, I would not talk to I remember I had a fucking class project where I was supposed to talk to college students and fucking like interview college students. I would not call people. I emailed. That's how I communicate, because I was so scared to talk to other people until I started being around other people. When I started being around and just having conversations with people.
Have you guys ever had that situation where you're at work and you realize that some people have never had any interaction with other people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you're thinking to yourself, how did they make it so far in life without?
How did you survive?
And then at that, how did you become a manager or super? Why are you in charge?
How are you a chief? How are you a chief?
How are you in charge of people? You can't even talk to me correctly. Like you're talking outside the side of your neck. Like,
yeah.
But what is that? What's that all about?
And then you ask yourself, like, do you actually get results by doing that? Do you actually like? Does that shit work for you? Like, if it works, maybe I need to change up my shit.
Exactly. You start questioning yourself. You're like, man, maybe I just need to be one-minded,
right?
Just be totally ignorant. Maybe I'll make
it. Yep. Maybe that's what it takes. Because he's further along in life than I am. So maybe that's what I need to do. But it's amazing how our childhood dictates where we go, right? There's this thing that Steve Harvey says, right? You can take an oak tree seed and put it in a 2-foot pot. That oak tree will never get any bigger than, say, 6 feet tall, right? It will never grow to the 300 feet tall oak trees that are in the forest. They'll never grow to that because it was limited to that 2-foot pot. Until, appreciate the stars, Reggie. Chef finally shows up. God damn, yo.
Oh, hey, so Brandon, he brings up a good point as well. So I read the whole thing and I was like, you know what? That's a good point. So when you're listening to your woman or your significant other, and you're not giving them solutions to the problems that they're bringing toward you. Mm-hmm. I've learned, do not give solutions to the woman, because it seems like, that's what it seems like to us, that you have a problem, you come to me about the problem, I'm the problem solver. Yep. Let me give you the solution. This is what you should do. Men, we got to stop doing that.
Sometimes we just want somebody to listen.
We got to stop.
We had this conversation a couple days ago. Like, sometimes I just want somebody to listen.
Exactly.
Sometimes I want you to be a problem solver. If I want you to be a problem solver, I will say, hey, what do you think I should do? If I just want you to listen, I'm just gonna fucking vent, and I just expect you to listen.
And then when it gets to that point to where men, our brains are like this, is like, okay, do we analyze it this way or do we react this way?
But that's that natural instinct, though. That's that natural instinct, which
but
should never be y'all natural instinct.
I'm putting the men on game here. So all you got to do is this. What do you want me to do about it? And if they say no, I don't need you to do anything. That means they're just venting to it.
They just want to listen.
Everything off.
But see, that ought to be prefaced before the conversation starts. It ought to be prefaced to say, "Hey,
no, that's not how it goes."
It's not always that. Like I say, it has to be a conversation that you have to have. Like I said, we've had that conversation, so that's how I'm like, okay. I don't always want you to fix things. Like, yes, men are naturally, like, y'all naturally, that's y'all first instinct is to be like, okay, something is wrong. I have to fix this problem. But I don't necessarily always want the problem fixed. Sometimes I just want to get it off my chest and then I can figure out what to do after that. I don't need you to always say what the fuck I need to do. What?
Don't pull us.
What?
Can we do the same thing?
You can, just don't cry about that shit. Like, listen. I'm okay if you come to me maybe once a year and you cry about shit. You know what I'm saying? Come to me once a year, maybe twice a year. I'll give you everyone.
Brandon said that's why you got home.
But if you come to me and every time you're talking to me about a problem and you fucking crying, like I'm like, yo, this nigga is tough as fuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, who's wearing the boxers in this relationship?
So I know. Excuse my.
Go ahead, Chef. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Excuse my tardiness.
We'll talk about that later.
Whatever, your mama. I'm sorry, that came out naturally.
Comfort shit.
It's been one of them days today. All right. So Sunshine, you telling me, kiss my ass, PhD. You're telling me, from what I just heard, again, apology for my tardiness. Mm-hmm. You just said a man. We ain't gonna say a black man. We just say a man in general can only come to you once a year to express his sensitive side, a vulnerable side, because you want a man's man.
No. That is not what I said.
That's to us.
A man does not have to cry to be vulnerable. Let's get that straight. A man does not have to cry to be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable without crying. But if you come to me and you crying, I mean like hard down crying like somebody done shot your fucking mama, then we got a problem because what the fuck are you crying for? Like is shit that hard for you?
This shit been built up for the last year. I can only come to you once.
He doing right there, nigga. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Cut that shit out. Like I don't want to see that shit. Like if you come to me crying like that. Like it's one thing if you come to me and like you just at your wits end, like okay, like we've been talking about this shit, I can't take this shit no more, and you crying. But every time you come to me and you talking about some shit that you got going on and you crying, who the fuck wears the panties in this relationship? Now I have to question that shit. Like that's some real gay ass shit. But that's some real gay ass shit because I had an ex-husband that used to cry every fucking time some shit bothered him. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? It never dawned on me because his sister used to say, his old faggot ass always crying, right? Come to find out.
You can't say that anymore.
Okay, well, I just said it. He had some tendencies. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I didn't see it because, when women, we be all in love, we don't see this shit. But at the end of the day, the motherfucker was crying more than me, and I'm a crybaby.
Nita said he gonna slide over to his side chick.
God damn it! Thank you. So that's what. Look,
absolutely.
So this was the point. That was exactly the point that I was going to make.
Absolutely not. Like a man that can't express himself to a woman don't always go to another woman. That's not how it always happens. It does not always happen that way. If that's how y'all do it, that's one thing. But it does not always happen that way.
This is typically what happens.
Brandon said Sunshine must like a man to choke a little bit every now and again.
Yes, I do. Why you bullshitting? I do.
So when a man does not have a safe space to express himself freely, freely, he goes to his homeboys. When that doesn't work, they call him a bitch. They call him whatever. He goes to the streets. Goes to the streets. That stripper will listen to you.
Facts though.
So you're saying, so wait, hold on.
We're here.
We're not talking about men expressing themselves. Listen, we're not talking about men expressing themselves. We're talking about men sitting up there crying. That's what we're talking about.
I know.
Like, it's the difference between expressing yourself and sitting up there like physically crying. That's what we're talking about. It's a difference between the two. So if I'm not allowing my man to express himself to me and be vulnerable with me, then yes, I absolutely expect him to go run over there to Keisha or Kim, who he could throw $50, $100.
It was Brenda Tisha.
And they good. Exactly. Whoever. I expect her to do that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
I think he got 9 baby mamas, though.
He should not be sitting up there crying, like physically crying every fucking day when he comes home and he wants to express himself. He can express himself without fucking
shoulder facts.
He can express himself without crying, is what I'm saying. A man can be vulnerable and express himself without fucking crying. If he's crying every day, then it's more going on than him having a fucking bad day. He got to really
if it's
fucking work out. I'm just saying.
I agree.
And
if it's every day,
it's nothing I can do about that.
If it's every day, absolutely. Leave that nigga alone.
I'm saying the average man is not gonna come home and fucking cry to his woman every day. Like I said, once a year, maybe. Like, but the average man is not gonna come home and be like, "Baby, I need to talk to you." No, he's not gonna fucking do that. Like he's gonna express himself to his woman. It's okay to express yourself. But if you're fucking crying, Chef, you be crying every day like that?
Look,
you can't watch Mufasa die.
Hell yeah. Look, you watch Mufasa die every goddamn night. Hey, you gonna be crying too, damn it.
You cannot. And I agree with Reggie. He may be broken and he probably is. And you better not fucking cry when Mufasa die around me, because bitch.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't cry when Mufasa died. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. So if you cry,
but see, you may not have cried when Mufasa died, but when Tony Stark died, had to let a couple go. I had to let it go. It was, God, I tried.
I couldn't hold it on, man.
I fought it.
I'm just saying.
Again, I'm allowed to give out 2 tears a year.
Like
the third one though.
The third one, I couldn't hold it back. The third one, I couldn't hold it back, so I had to let it fly. That third.
Like I said, it is okay for a man to cry, but if you cry every time you express your feelings to me, then I'm looking at you like, what the fuck is really going on here?
I get choked up every time I watch Endgame at the end. Every time.
All right. So, Sunshine, I get your point. Yes, I'm not saying I'm crying every goddamn day, but
that's not what it sounded like, because you.
But I'm just saying
like she gonna run to Betty Sue and Susie Q. No, what the fuck? No, it is
woman to woman.
It's okay for a man to express himself, but don't be doing all that crying shit.
Okay,
I cry enough for the both of us. I don't need you crying too.
With the glory. Hey, so listen, okay, let me ask you this then, right? So minus the crying, right? No crying, right?
Right.
Can he decompress every day? Absolutely. I expect him to.
Does that leave room for you to decompress though?
It does, because 9 times out of 10, I'm usually decompressing on my way home. By the time I'm home, I'm done decompressing.
So let me.
If you get home, if you want to decompress, guess what? I got both of us.
So what's your advice? What's your advice to women who can't keep a relationship? And because here's what happens. Hold on, I'm gonna say this. Hold on. Let me finish my goddamn. Damn, y'all cutting me down quick, did you?
We're gonna let you finish.
What do you say to the women out there who can't keep a relationship because her man keep leaving? Because every time he got an issue, she don't want to hear the shit. right? There's women literally out there who are like, she can come home and every day, man, let me tell you about this situation. Da, 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 right? Then he have a fucked up day and he be like, babe, I just want to talk to you. Can you just sit down and listen? And she, I don't want to hear that. What do you say to her?
You just said it. She needs to listen to him. If I can come to you and tell you how I'm feeling or what kind of day I had, then I expect you to be able to come to me and tell me your day. If you can't come to me and tell me what's going on with your day, and like you say, decompress with me, then it's a very huge disconnect within our relationship. That's a communication thing. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing else.
Are two-way, because one person needs support, the other person needs support as well.
Exactly.
Just one way, and you're like, oh, he's always coming to me for support. I ain't giving him nothing. So,
but see, my thing is this: like, I don't just wait till the end of the day and be like, I need support. 9 times out of 10, throughout the day, I'm like, this is what happened. Tell me what you think about this. So blah, 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 blah. So by the time I get home, I'm pretty sure he's going to need support from the shit that I done fucking unloaded on him all damn day. So it's
my turn.
And by the time I get home, I done figured my shit out. So I'm good. So that's why I say I got both of us by the time we get home. If you got some shit you need to get off your chest, by then I'm good. Because
like,
I got a question. And this is to the men of the group and in the comments. When you're in that moment to where you gotta decompress, do you ponder about it on your way home, or do you distract yourself?
As men?
Yeah, as men.
Brandon just hit the nail on the head.
She can't come home, clean, cook, and then hop on the PlayStation.
Yeah. He goes straight to play.
Because here's what happens, right?
Yes.
I know I can't say shit to her. Because I don't want to put my weight on you. This is what men go through. I don't want to put my weight on you. I can't put my weight on you. I gotta be able to hold it.
Why cry about it then?
Hold on, I ain't talking about crying. I'm just talking about the regular niggas, not the crybaby ass. I'm about the regular niggas. Right. The regular niggas, right? I can't unload my weight on you because you already got shit going on. You done told me about your shit. So I can't unload more on you. I can't, right? So what do? Let me hop on this game real quick. Just take my mind away from it. If I could take my mind off it.
But see, that is all about knowing your significant other. If you know that your significant other comes home, he hops on a game, and that's how he relieves his stress.
And then y'all be wanting to take the game away too. Like, exactly. Bitch, I want to kill you.
Like, we old, so I don't know nothing about no hopping on no game. So I don't know about all of that.
So I mean, it doesn't have to be the game, because you got those guys that
don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about knowing your significant other.
They got to be doing something with
it's all about knowing your significant other. If you know your significant other and you know what they do whenever they relieve stress, then let them be. Have a drink, ain't that what y'all men do?
Facts.
That's what I do, mama.
It's not a stress relief, it's a distraction.
That's what I
do. So what happens is, right? So music is mine, facts. So what happens is because I remember doing this, right? Because it took me a minute to be able to, like, I remember it was last year. Finally, I've been married to my wife 4 going on 5 years.
Oh wow, that's
it was last.
Yeah, really though, right?
But listen, I remember when I shared some shit with my wife that I hadn't told anybody, right? Oh, and I was like, damn, I must really fucking trust you. I would never have said this ever before, right? I remember the day, right? But before that, I remember coming home from, this was when I was in the Navy, coming home from work and just sitting in the driveway in silence. Just sitting there.
It happens, man. It happens. Listen, single mamas do that shit all the time. It happens.
Yep.
Yeah. And I get it, because especially like my wife used to tell me this. She was like, my wife was stay-at-home mom, so she ain't had no friends really outside of me, right? So when I'm gone, she ain't got nobody to talk to but my son, you know? So it was hard to decompress. And then when I get home, I'll listen, but I'll be distracted. I'll be on my phone, you know what I'm saying? Because I got shit I'm dealing with myself. You feel me? So it's like I can't deal with your drama and mine. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we, as human beings, especially in relationships, as human beings, I would advise anybody, if you not been married over 10 years and I still sit on the driveway before I come in the house, look, hey, I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten a whole lot better because now, like, I be excited to tell my wife about some shit. Like, it be some bad shit that happen. I'm like, man, let me tell you about this shit that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be ready to tell, because like I realize it's a trust thing. It's not that I can't release, it's that I don't trust people with that information, because previously in relationships, when I tried to release, it was used against me later on. Yeah. That was the issue.
That's what majority of men deal with. It's like, we don't want to talk about shit.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit to be used against me. And women will do that. Am I right, son?
Awesome.
Listen, don't rope me into women, okay?
I'm just saying, can you confirm?
No, I cannot confirm that because no, you already know. Listen, Kai, we are not gonna go there because you already know I am a totally different type of woman. So we are not even gonna fucking go there. Don't do me.
So I'm just
messing with you.
There's a lot of intoxicants. There's a lot of that goes on.
I feel the love right there. What the hell?
There's a whole lot of, you know, because as we try, we will try it. Every man in a relationship has tried to say, let me tell her about shit. Some small shit, some simple shit, right? Let me just tell her, because I feel like I may trust her. Let me tell her. Just to see what you'll do. Most times, I'm not gonna say all the time because not all women are the same, but most times it's either I don't really give a fuck, or it's on, you know, at first it's okay, you know, that's so sad. And then later on, there's an argument, and you're like, but your ass was doing da. And I'm like, yo, I told you that in fucking confidence.
Yeah.
And then you shoot it back in my face. No, I'll never trust you again. No, I'll never trust you with that information.
But that if somebody does that to you, that is not the one. That's not who you need to be with.
Yeah,
clearly.
Like,
and Major also said
read that guy.
It definitely gets easier. Yeah, it gets easier. It gets easier as the years go by when you can talk about to your spouse about anything and not be judged when it's when you know it, she's a keeper. Yeah.
Exactly. That's not the person you need to be with. If they're gonna do that shit to you, you don't need to be with that person.
I like what Reggie said.
Go read it, Chef. What is it?
That's what Reggie said. It's hard being a black man and judged by the world, then come home and be judged by.
Listen, if you're being judged by your significant other, then you don't need to be with that significant other. Like, if you seriously though, if you come home and you are like telling how you feel and shit like that, and the person that you with is judging you, you don't need to be with that person. Like, the only person that can judge you is God. And if the person that you with is judging you, then you don't need to be with them. You really don't, because
you got to hit him with the Ike Turner. You got to hit him with the Ike Turner.
It's difficult. It's difficult as a man to find that woman that is able.
That's because you ain't looking in the right damn places.
No, it's not that.
Wow.
It is exactly that.
Hold on. Here's the thing, right? It's not that we're looking in the wrong places. It's that women are taught from birth that your feelings are the only ones that matter.
That is absolutely not fucking true. I'm telling you, that is
Rob.
It is not true.
So
it's not true. Because listen, and Kai can co-sign on this.
Oh shit.
Like, I am absolutely a woman, but I take everybody's feelings into consideration before I take my own feelings into consideration. If I do some shit and I feel like it's gonna make a person feel a certain way, or it's gonna reflect a certain way on a person, then I won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
we can all agree that Sunshine, you different.
I am absolutely fucking different. Nigga, I've been telling you that shit since the beginning. Like,
agree.
I was raised by my damn daddy. Like, I'm absolutely different. Like,
Sunshine, you a whole thug.
I am.
Yeah, you a whole. Oh my, man, fuck your motherfucking feelings, nigga. Boss up, nigga. You don't give a motherfucker about your motherfucking feelings.
If you are with somebody, if you are with somebody that is judging you, then you should not be with that person, because everybody has a past. Everybody has went through some shit to get to the point where they are now. Like, the person you are is not the person you was 10 years ago. That's because you went through some shit, you learned, you grew, and now you are the person that you are. And if somebody judge you for who you was and what you was before you are who you are now, then you don't need to be fucking with them. Plain and simple.
So here's a big question I have, because what you just said makes a lot of sense. But to some women out there, they let their past judge their future.
Because they all fucked up. That's why. They all fucked up.
Instead of because they're constantly always, well, I got hurt this their guard is always up because of the past, and they're not willing to accept somebody. We'll say the good guy. Hey, I'm not used to having a good guy. I'm not used to a man, not coming up talking to me sideways, or really you being somewhat respectful, and you're not talking to me sideways and talking outside of your motherfucking neck. I'm not used to that. So, because my past always, this is the type of man I'm always passing.
Hold on. I need to read what Reggie just said. Reggie said, men are taught to put that woman first and on a pedestal. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. You're exactly right. And that was the next point that I was about to get to.
So, let me get this one thing out. So, this is where men fuck up.
Oh, shit.
This is where we fuck up. So when we can't go, like I said, that whole
take them clothes off. What the hell you
Y'all got me mad. It's
I knew he had a shirt under there. You need some raised energy. That's what you need. You need some raised energy in your life.
The whole with to someone else, and then thinking, holy shit, this person is listening to me. This person is just doing everything that I want them to do, and they're just doing it for the money. And I'm talking about the strip bar scenario, the strip club.
My mama say stripper.
The stripper
hoes.
The strippers.
Stripper hoes.
They get paid to do that, to finesse you. And most men do not catch game to that.
No. We know.
But
we still spend the money.
And you still fall trapped to it. Okay, who hasn't been at Camp Pendleton where that Lance Corporal is there?
Civilian. I've never been there. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Me either. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, hey, I just met this girl and we're about to get married. I was like, Devil Dog, are you serious?
Hey, why you specifically say Pendleton? That's facts though. Oh shit!
You're gonna get a phone call here in about 48 hours. Listen here, PhD. Oh, shit. Putting our business out there like that.
That is common knowledge. That is common knowledge.
Hey, Pensacola too. What you talking about?
Yeah. Pensacola, Norfolk.
Yep.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Hey, read what my mama just said.
That's fake love. Know the woman you with. Y'all crazy if you spend money like that. Is it crazy though?
They do it at Magic City in Atlanta every weekend.
Listen.
It's Stephanie, I'm gonna make it rain for it. It's Cinnamon, man. Cinnamon looking good tonight. I think she gonna marry me for these 4 bands.
Listen, if men are willing to spend money just so we can talk it out, what does that say about y'all?
That means you don't need to be with the woman that you with.
And see, here's the thing, right? Because what Reggie said earlier, we do it to ourselves.
Yeah. Women,
when y'all are looking for a man, right? This in the standards, in the requirements, one of the things that most women require is a man that's emotionally available, right? That's a requirement that y'all set. We, on the other hand, we like, I want a woman that's gonna cook, clean, fine as hell, and gonna treat me right. That's it. It's not
okay. So it goes deeper than that. Well, actually, it's more shallow than that when you talk about men. So we want typically women that emulate our mothers.
True.
So they can produce further generations.
What?
Sunshine was just like, really, nigga? Really? The sound effects?
So you can wait till he finished saying what he was saying, right?
So, and again, like that's what we subconsciously think about because we're like,
that is I'm going to support PhD on that one 100%. Because that is literally no woman can
and
ever.
You know why women get men like their fathers? Women get men like their fathers because I have a man that is just like my daddy, and he tells me all the time that I remind him of my mama, of his mama. So guess what? That I absolutely believe that. I have seen my brothers get women. Oh Lord, what my mama say?
That be that liquor make me up. Independent woman wants to add to what she had. The rest of gold diggers. Facts.
yep.
I love it.
I don't live in my house. I love my mama, but I stay with women like her. It's subliminal, Brandon. You don't even know you're doing it.
Exactly.
No, but is that see? There's so much to unpack here, and I wish we had more time. Yeah. But men and women do the same thing. The problem is men, especially in the Black community, are rarely in the household. We're rarely there. There's rare. I'm not gonna say rarely. Often, more often than not, the Black father isn't there. The Black father figure isn't there. Black mothers gonna be there, without a shadow of a doubt. They're gonna be there.
Some of them that ain't there.
Yeah, I'm about to say some of them.
Okay, yeah, we know. I ain't say they gonna be some. I ain't say they gonna be nothing. But I'm saying they don't be there.
We're talking about statistically.
Yeah.
You know, he said he like women with daddy.
Really? Oh Lord, Brandon, you gonna get
Brandon. Hey man, we can't be putting that on Facebook Live.
Hey, you see what my mama said? You see what my mama said? Now y'all wonder why Sunshine is the way she is.
But see, you know why? You know why? Because Black fathers weren't there earlier before. Right, so I know you did. I know, I get it. But I'm saying,
listen, don't do me, okay? Don't downplay the fact
that I had daddy. I know you did. We ain't talking about you, Sunshine. We talking about you.
Let me show you this because you need to know how to do this, just in case you ain't always got a man around. And guess what? Damn it, I can change my own fucking tire. I can take my
why do we raise our women to live without men?
We don't. We don't.
You do. You just said it.
We raise them to survive. We raise them to survive
without men.
They don't have a man. But we raise them just in case they don't have a man.
True, but you know what? You raise them almost on the expectation that he ain't gonna be around.
A man is not always a guarantee. That's
true. I'm not saying that it is.
No, listen, having a man around is not always a guarantee. And I get this all the time because even though I do have somebody, like I tell Kai all the time, even though I come out, I'm solo, I do still have a man.
Because crack took men away in the 80s, facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's not wrong.
Listen.
Not fucking wrong. It started
I do still have somebody, but at the end of the day, when he's not here, I am still able to do shit around the house. I have my own damn tool bag. I can do shit on my own. I am
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not like I was raised to not have a man around or raised to a point where expecting to not have a man around. I was raised to be self-sufficient just in case I have to do shit on my fucking own. I ain't gotta call Jody to come over here and do the shit.
Yeah, Jody.
That's great. That's great. But I take issue with that because so for example, my daughter is never going to have to worry about having to take care of herself. She's not. I'm making that. You
can't say that. Though.
I'm saying that because if there's an issue where she don't know how to take care of it, now of course I'm gonna try to raise it to where she can be self-sufficient, of course. But if there's an issue that she can't handle, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm
saying. You might you don't know you don't know if you're gonna be there or not. You can't say I'm always gonna be there for you. You don't know what life has in store for you. You might walk out your door to go put your trash out and get hit by a drunk driver and then you gone. So you can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we were raised to where in the event that you are by yourself and you don't necessarily have a man around, not saying that you're not going to have a man. They raised us to not have men. They just raised us to the point where in the event that you don't have a man around, you know what to do.
You survive.
You know what to do. Exactly. You're self-sufficient. Not necessarily, I don't like to say independent, because independent means you don't need nothing or nobody.
Right.
I am very, very self-sufficient. I'm not going to say I don't need nothing or nobody, because I need everybody. I need my friends. I need my mom and my daddy. I need my man. I need my kid. I need everybody around me. You know what I'm saying? But in the event that I don't have nobody around me, I can still survive. I can still fend for myself. And that's what that means.
Randy, you need a hug, Brandon.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen.
know.
Brandon said my daughter taller than me and she still called me to reach something on the top shelf. I think she's like making me feel needed. Oh, that's a good daughter.
That's a good one. And the thing is we as the Black community, I think we are the only. I can only.
We can't be the only ones.
We can't be the only ones
No.
that think that way. That constantly teach our children to be self-sufficient or raise them to be self-sufficient and put that in the back of their mind subliminally that nobody's going to be there to help you.
White women are raised to be wives.
We ain't
That's
talking about
that's
what.
a fact,
We ain't
though.
talking about what.
I know it, but that's a fact.
It's true. It is absolutely true, because growing up, let me tell you this, growing up, my mama raised her 5 kids plus my daddy's 3 kids. She didn't work. My daddy worked. We hardly ever seen him. And my mama would go from school to school to school. We would have football practice, cheerleading practice. She would literally hold it down. And my dad would come home from work and he would have food ready. And like if she cooked and he was working late, then it would be, let me fix your daddy food and his lunch for the next day. And then y'all can eat. Y'all can have whatever y'all want to eat. So yes, I absolutely agree with that. And I grew up with the notion of when I met a dude, I felt like I had to show him I had those skills. I probably couldn't cook worth a damn back then, but I feel like I had to show him like, yes, I can do all this shit that my mama could do and then some. You know what I'm saying?
Like
and it didn't always work in my favor because dudes didn't really want to see that shit. They was like, oh, that ain't really what I'm looking for, but you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like I still came out on top because
listen here, DJ Chef gonna say it like this. If I got a motherfucker that I done worked 16 hours and I come home to the biggest piece of chicken on the motherfucking plate, hey.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
You got my vote. That's gonna be my thing. That's gonna be my shit. You got my vote.
You're supposed to have it.
Just saying, you know.
You're absolutely supposed to have it. It ain't no reason why little Ray fat ass is eating the biggest piece of chicken.
But Ray gonna get his ass
whooped. No, little Ray need to take his ass to sleep. Like I don't even think so.
Yo, Frost hit it right on the nose. We are this way because of slavery, because of families being separated, because of
we don't know no better.
Yep. We go with what we know. So it's time to break that perpetual cycle.
Facts. We have to. We have to because the next generation cannot be like this. They can't be like us. Period.
Amen.
Listen, what kind of women y'all come in?
Get them off the internet and sit down and have conversations with your kids.
Talk to your kids, please. God damn, motherfuckers ignorant right now. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening and watching this episode. We appreciate you guys. Hey, if you didn't notice, at right underneath the picture of us, of course, there's a thing that says support the stars goal in progress, right? There's a goal that we have to hit 5,000 stars. We are trying to hit 5,000 stars before May. That means we got a month, goddammit. We got a month to hit 5,000 stars. So please, if you don't mind, please hit them stars right at the bottom of your screen, right next to the comment section. Send us some stars so we can hit our 5,000 star goal. That would help us out so much. You know, we do this for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do this shit. You know what I mean? We don't have to do this. So,
you see that, right?
Not hot Cheetos for dinner, Lord. Listen, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching. us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. The only way that you can send the stars, though, is on Facebook Live. So please, if you're not already, please go over to Facebook, send us the stars, show your support, show your love for the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. This is a panel of brown people having good conversations over here. I'm your host, Big Rob. Who else we got in the building?
It's your boy. I'm gonna make you come.
Whoa.
Like your lover
Wait a
should.
minute. It's a Monday. Lord.
It's your boy DJ Chef.
And it's me, KG, aka Dr. Graves, no PhD. Y'all better send them stars to us. Send them out. And you know who we are because we came to drop bars.
And you came to drop stars.
And it's your girl Sunshine, way past her bedtime, doing what these young folks do.
Factual information.
And the newest member of the relay team. Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Over stick. You got it.
Hey, listen, we also got to give a huge shout out to Raise Energy and Rep Sports for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate you guys. Y'all know we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. We will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.